Check out this bubu gown, beaded bubu gown butterfly with a back tie and has a side slit. See how lovely it is. This is Joydala Fashion Guide. Check me out now. Don't you just love this? Welcome to Joydala Fashion Guide. In today's video, I'm going to be making a beaded butterfly bubu. This is the fabric we are going to be making use of. This is 4 years, but we will not be using all. Our bubu length is 60 inches. It's actually 58, but we'll be adding 2-inch seam allowance. And then this is the black satin we're going to be using to cut the front design. We're making use of a zipper at the back. And then this is the sound bead I'm going to be using. I have 4 packs here, but I don't think I'm going to finish all. So at the end of the video, I will know how many packs that I use. And then I have my fishing line. So I have my needles. So I'll check the needle that can go through the beads and then choose the fishing line. So I'll quickly fold that now, and then we'll come back to do our markings. So I have cut out my fabric. The length is 60. This is the back pattern, and then this is the front pattern. It is going to have a zipper, so I've marked out 1 inch. 1 inch zipper allowance from beginning to the end. So I'm going to place the front pattern on it so that we can cut the shoulder, the neckline, and the side the same. So when placing the fabric, I'll place it from this chalk mark from here. We'll start with our shoulder. The shoulder is, half of the shoulder is 8 inches, but it's a continuous shoulder. And then I want a sleeve width of, a sleeve length of 17 inches. So I'm going to be adding fabric to this part. So the neckline is 3.5. The neck width for the back, we are going to be making use of 1.5. And then for the front, we make use of 5.5. So I'm going to mark my vertical measurements. So from here, I'll mark my shoulder to the bust line. Shoulder to bust line. And then shoulder to the waistline. Then I'll mark shoulder to hip line. And then I'll also mark 5 inch down the hip line. That is where I want the design in front to stop, 5 inches. And also the sleeve. So I'll just repeat this and then draw out the line. So let's label what we have. This is the bust line, the waistline, the hip line, and then this is where the butterfly effect will stop. So let me just put ST here, stop. So we are going to be sewing on the front part of the dress. So when it's time to sew, I will do my markings again in front, but I'll just do it now to cut out the butterfly shape. So on the bust line, I will impute the bust circumference, quarter of the bust circumference. And I'll just add 1 inch to that. On the waistline, quarter of the waist measurement. And then I'll go ahead and impute my hip line. So you can actually use the exact measurement, okay? But I want to have a little ease. So quarter of the hip measurement. I'll just go ahead and make that 12. And then I'll add 2 inches for seam allowance. So whatever I have on this hip line, I'll also repeat it on this top line. So I have 14 inches. So I'll just repeat the 14 inches there. So then I'll just add extra 1 inch for seam. So at this point here, I have 15 inches. So this 15 inches, I will repeat it at the hemline. And then I'll use a straight ruler to connect it to this top line. So we are going to determine the shape that we want. Okay, from here, just determine the shape that you want. From here, you can determine the shape. So let me measure what I have here. I have 17.5. So I'll be able to complete it with this part. So I'll just cut this part out now and then place it here so that we can see the shape that we are cutting out. And then at this part, I'll come down by 1 inch for seam. So let me cut out this part now and just place it here so that we can use it to complete the sleeve. So this is what we have after adding to the sleeve part of it. So I can now go ahead and create the effect that I want. First of all, let me check my sleeve length. I wanted 17. Then I need seam allowance to fold it. So let me mark 18. So from here, just stick it to this point. You can make it like a curve. So I now go ahead and cut out the shape. So this is the shape that we want. So I'm going to cut out the neckline so that I can separate it to cut the front pattern. But before that, I'll just tell you something here. This point, you will notch it. When we are stitching, this is where our stitch is going to end. So when it's time to sew the inside, we are going to be using 1 inch seam allowance here to join here. 1 inch seam allowance. So I'll cut the neckline and separate it. So I'm cutting with the back. And then the shoulder. So cut the zipper line open for the back. So the back is complete. So separate it. So I'll complete the neckline of the front. This is the front neckline. But before I do that, I'm going to place this black. This black is going to be the design in front, where the bead will stay. So I just fold it. And place it under. So the next thing is to determine where the bead will stop. Okay, so this is the hip line. I'll stop 2 inches below the hip line before this break point. Or just mark half of what you have here. I have 5 inches, I can mark 2.5. And then I'm going to connect it to the neckline. So I'm going to be adding seam allowance. Okay. When I want to cut the black, I will add seam allowance, but I'll cut the neckline together. And if you like, you can even leave it without even cutting it, so that this one will be like a lining. It will be like a lining underneath it. Okay, I think that is what I will do. This is where the so I'll cut it out. So I'm going to use iron to fold in the edge. You just use iron to fold it in like this. Okay. So we are through with our pattern. So all we're going to do next is to join what we have here. We just join it, this part, the sleeve area. We will join it for the front and also for the back. This is the back pattern. We'll join this part, okay, and then we'll sew the zipper line. So here is what the front pattern looks like after joining the sleeve and sewing the satin for the beads. This is the back pattern. So this is one part of the back pattern. This is the back and the front together, and then we join the shoulders. After which we turn the neckline with the cutting bias. Shall show you what it looks like when we are done. I've joined the shoulders. We have turned the neckline with the bias, and then we have attached the zip. So the next thing now is to include the measurements in front so that you can stitch it from here and stop. And stop somewhere, just 2 inches below this point. So just place it together. And I also retrim this part. So get your midpoint. Get the middle line. Shoulder to the bust line. Shoulder to the waistline. Shoulder to the hip line. I'll repeat same this way. So from this middle, I'll take quarter of the bust line this way, quarter this way. I'll repeat same for the waistline and also for the hip line. And then I'll add ease allowance to that. So we are going to be beading. To do that, I've placed it on the mannequin so that it will be easy for me to see how it falls. And then this is the fisher line I'm using. This is a 0.25 mm. And then I'm using this long beading needle. I've straight my fishing line and then I knot it twice. So work with the length that, just thread the length that you can work with. then I'm working with these beads, these sand beads. So let me know what you call this, sand bead or seed bead. So this is the first pack. At the end of the video, I'll know how many packs I'm going to use. So you just pour it out and then use the needle to pick. But before I do that, I'm going to secure the thread on. Let me start from this place. So just tie it a couple of times. So once I'm sure that it's secure, then you begin to pass the thread through the beads through the needle. So I've put some in my palm. This is going to take quite some time, so you need to be patient. This is what we have so far, so just continue. So I'll just stack it. So these are going to continue. As I progress, I'll be showing you what we have. So I'll be doing the rest of camera. I'll do up to this point, then come back and show you. So this is what we have so far. So when beading, according to your preference. So I'm leaving some spaces in between so that the bead can relax you. And I thought of working on the mannequin, but it will not be easy for me, so you can lay it on a table like this and work on it. So let's do this down part together. I have to be careful with the needles. They are fragile, they easily break, so when working with them you have to be careful. So like I said before, I'm using 0.25 ml fishing line, and then I was using the longer needle before, but it keeps breaking. So this is the smaller one. This is the number 158 ash. So that's the size. So you can pour the beads into a plate like this. Because they are small, it may not be easy for you to pick them one. You can also pour on your palm, but you have to be careful so you don't use the needle to injure yourself when picking the beads. So you can pick the beads like this. Sometimes you pick more, sometimes it won't pick anything. Or you can use a bowl like this that the needle will be able to go in like this. And use a wider bowl so that it can just go in and kind of sweep inside. So let's do this part. Let's do it together. You can pass the thread from the inside. From the one side. Just be careful that the thread doesn't tie. The thread has gotten tangled here. You secure it. And then another thing, for to maintain same distance this way, you can use your tape to mark it. For example, and just mark it at intervals. So you can mark it like this. That way, you know when you come in here, you're going to stop here, so that it doesn't go slanted. Okay. Go in, out to secure it. So and then to end this part of the butterfly, to end the sleeve area. You know it's curvy. I'm going to be using cutting bias, so I'll place cutting bias on the right side. I'll stitch from here to the other end, after which I'll flip it inside. So this is what I mean. I'll place the cutting bias on it like this and sew with this part. So I'll fold in the edge, fold it like this, and then I'll stitch. So do that around the sleeve. Then when I'm through, I'm going to fold it in, you know, and just, so that's what I'm going to finish off the sleeve area. And then for the side, I'm going to be having slit on the side. So this is sleeve opening, the slit opening. So it's 1 inch wide, so I'll fold ½ inch, then fold again. Okay, so I'll now stitch across to this side. I'll also do the same thing this way, fold half, then fold again. That's how I'm going to fold it, then stitch. And then for the down part, I'll just check my length. If you can use your weaving machine, just weave it and then fold to your desired length, or you can fold twice. So I'm going to be folding twice. I'll fold small first, ½ inch first, and then fold 1 inch or 1.5, depending on the allowance that I have. So that is how I'm going to end the down part. And then for the tie, means I want the tie to be at the back. So at the waistline at the back, I'm going to now sew the tie like this. I'll place it like this, the tie like this. So that's how I'm going to do it for both of them. So I hope you find this tutorials helpful. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, like my videos, share my videos, and this is Joydala Fashion Guide. Until next time when I come your way, I'll say bye for now and thanks for watching. So here is the final look of our dress, and these are the leftover bits. I have one full pack and then I took a little from the second pack. So let's say I use 2 packs and little. So it's better for you to start your beading from the down and then gradually progress up. And also to be finer if you could do the same spacing, like ½ inch spacing or 1 inch spacing all through. So here is our fitted bubu with the back tie, and then we have our slit at the side. This is Joydala Fashion Guide. I hope you find these tutorials helpful. Please give me a thumbs up, like my video, share my video. Until next time when I come your way again, bye bye.